Hello, everyone. We're so glad that you're joining us this morning. I'm Alyse Eady alongside Fox 5 Storm Team meteorologist Ryan Beesley, the man with the answers this morning. The answers we need, Ryan.
I wish I had all the answers for everybody at home, but boy, what a mess nonetheless of what we're looking at for our Friday morning. A mess being that it is going to be rain, it's going to be a wintry mix, and some of us will even see snow. The great news is that we're not talking about a long-term event here. We're talking about a very short period that we're going to be dealing with this wintry mess. But
you know, all it takes is just a little bit for things to get disrupted, traffic.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do right now, again, it's 10:06, so hopefully you're watching us live. I know sometimes you get the recorder one and you're like, answer my question. Right? So I like to always put that out there. But Alyse is going to look at some of the questions, and I'm going to walk through real quick as far as what we're talking about with this big event. You know, not big event, but just the event itself. And we are not going to answer some of these questions right now. I thought we had the graphics up here, but I guess we don't. But you know what? Derek, here, let's walk over here real quick. I got you. Let's show you some of these computer models that we got set up for you. Notice that right now on Fox 5 Live Viper, we're not talking about much of any rain right now. I see more rain on the way, very light showers out there, cold temperatures at this hour, and that's going to be a huge role as far as where these freezing temperatures set up. So again, Alyse is looking at some of your comments. I'm going to see if I can get some of these weather graphics in our interactive board right here, but we're going to take you over into the Weather Center and walk you through of what we see. All right, so winter weather advisory, that's something that's very important. This winter weather advisory is to help you at home better understand what's going on. Notice it does not include any Georgia counties at this hour. It's just over in Alabama where we have the potential for up to 1 inch of snow. So right now that wording is not in place for our viewing area. So the impacts as I see it, you got some rain, transitioning to a mix, even got a very low ice probability, and then eventually switching over all the way to snow. So this is going to be a rain and snow event. I don't see this as a big ice concern, which is good news because ice is definitely can cause more problems than just snow. So again, you don't need the milk, you don't need the eggs, you don't need the bread. Don't go to the grocery store right now.
Listen, everybody.
You don't need to panic. You're good to go there. So some of the models, again, the scenario there is changing. This model updates every couple hours, and it's been very consistent on the southwest side of Metro Atlanta, getting the most wintry mix of the precipitation. In addition to that, look at your temperatures above freezing. So that's what's very, very important. Alyse, I want to bring you in. What kind of questions do we have?
Okay, here's what's surprising me is that I would think there'd be a lot of people saying, please no snow, please nothing serious. But it seems like a lot of you that are writing in are telling us that you want snow.
Oh, wow.
My goodness. Okay, Michelle.
I want snow. I just don't want it to get on the roads. That's my thing.
No, please. The traffic, it's going to be bad. So Michelle is saying it takes nothing for traffic to be a nightmare here in Atlanta. Brooke is asking about what's going to happen in Blue Ridge.
Blue Ridge right now, a few flurries is what I have for you. And I don't even think you're going to see any measurable rain in the mountains. How often do we talk about snow and we exclude the mountains?
Yeah.
That rarely happens. That almost never happens.
It's always
and this seems to be more of a South Metro Atlanta event, which is interesting.
That is pretty interesting.
Yeah,
that's not what typically happens here. I mean, I'm not kidding when I say so many of you are saying that you want snow. Let's see. Robert says Powder Springs here. I wouldn't mind a light dusting. Okay. And George says in Troup County is wanting some as well. And Jasmine is saying let it snow.
Light dusting. I'm okay with that.
Good.
Just enough of a dusting to where I can make my snowman. I want to make a snowman for Jackson and maybe make some snowballs and have a snowball fight with my neighbors. Got a lot of kids in my neighborhood, so
you think we might get that much though that you could possibly have a snowball fight?
It's a wet snow.
Yeah,
it's a wet snow. You know, when our snow events come from the south or the Gulf of Mexico, it's a very wet snow that we get that collides with the colder air. So yeah, I do think that we'll have accumulating snow on elevated surfaces such as grassy areas as your car, and also your rooftops.
Okay.
That's where it's most likely going to stick. Outside of that, I don't see any major impacts on roadways, which I know you at home want to know about those roads.
Right, and we're gonna get you to that in just a moment. But let's talk about a time frame for this, Ryan. About time frame. When are we expecting something to happen?
The time frame is everything with this. The big question mark with the time frame, as I see it right now, is when do we have the changeover? When do we go from just rain to a wintry mix, and then even another change to all snow, and where exactly it happens? So as I see it right now, I said 5 a.m. in the news meeting this morning, so I'm sticking to that. 5 a.m., switch over to a wintry mix, or more snow than rain, and then staying that way through a good chunk of your morning, and then fading back to rain later on in the afternoon. Now, the areas that I see, Carroll County, Coweta County, parts of Douglas County, yes, South Fulton, but not as widespread in Fulton County as I see down towards Coweta, Carroll, Heard, and even Troup County. So how bizarre is that we're talking about our south and west counties for snow, and totally not even mentioning Hall, Dawson County, Union County.
I guess the people that live there that want snow are probably like, finally.
Yeah, and then you're gonna, people who don't see any snow tomorrow are gonna say he was wrong again. And let me make it very clear: not everybody is going to see snow tomorrow, so keep that in mind.
And nobody should expect to see a lot.
Right. Yeah. That's very true. Now, I want to update on GDOT. What do you have? We're going to get to that.
We're going to transition to this camera, if we can do that.
Yes, and we're going to talk about some GDOT things, and I'll get situated with my weather graphics.
Okay, we'll do that, Ryan. And I heard you say earlier, you mentioned something about the roads, and I think that's a concern many of us have. Are we going to be able to get to work? Are we going to be able to get to school? But here's what Georgia DOT is saying about it. They're saying they're better prepared for winter weather than they ever have been before. So that's some really good news. And a little bit later this morning, we're expecting to hear from them about the upcoming possible storm and their plans for that. But what we do know is brine trucks can start pre-treating the highways as early as this morning. They've got 2,000 employees that are on standby all around the state with the ability to cover this. So they are ready and they are waiting to do this. 40,000 lanes and miles of roads here. This is the third year GDOT will use brine to reduce the risk of icing on the road. So chances are, kids, you're going to end up going to school. But many of us remember and at least have heard about the January 2014 storm that left drivers stranded all over metro Atlanta. We're trying to avoid that happening again, which is why they're putting so much work into doing this. But Ryan, we'll send it back over to you for some more updates.
Alyse, you bring up that event. My wife was stuck on 92 for 8 hours.
Oh, my goodness.
No, not nice. She was stuck on 92 for 8 hours. Let me tell you, I got an earful of, how did you get it wrong for your wife?
Oh, no. Oh, you got blamed for that, huh?
Man, so I see a lot of here like, oh, weatherman's just guessing. Weatherman gets it wrong. Yeah, in 2014, I got it wrong for my wife. So, yes, we get it wrong sometimes, but you know what? We're improving. We're getting better technology. We're getting better sources, and we're working better with GDOT and communicating as a whole for the city of Atlanta. So we don't want to have another 2014 event, but we're going to talk about these temperatures real quick, because I think that is so important. Notice how you don't see much of any freezing temperatures showing up on this map, and I can't stress that enough, that the freezing layer is just above the surface, and at the surface will be above freezing. So there's just enough of a cold nose that's going to allow some of that frozen precipitation to reach around. Yes, it can snow and not be freezing. There's your fun fact for you on this Thursday morning. Now, we have a poll that I want to call up real quick, and then we'll come back to the graphics. We're asking people, do you want the snow? Do you not want the snow? Are you kind of in between? But that's something that we're going to have a poll throughout the day. But we'll get that for you in a minute. But I want to talk more about these weather graphics for now and the different scenarios as I see it. Again, each model is showing something different. So anytime a meteorologist sees multiple scenarios in an event, we have to respect them all. But at the same time, we come up with our own conclusions. My conclusion with this is that it is way overdone as far as taking the moisture all the way up to parts of Chattanooga. This is the only model showing that. It's a little bit more aggressive with the intensity of the wintry mix and also the duration at which that is going to last. And then it moves out as we head into early Saturday morning. This is the only one that has lingering stuff, lingering snow showers, as you say, on Saturday morning. Everything else, completely dry. So make sure you stay with us on our app. Maybe you're watching us right now on the Facebook app, but you can also stream our video forecast throughout the day today. And I see a lot of people saying yes, 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 let it snow, which is so interesting. So Alyse, I'm going to send it back over to you. We're gonna talk about some questions, and then we're gonna wrap up this Facebook Live because a lot of people got to work here at Fox 5.
Yeah,
we got a lot going on this Thursday.
It's kind of busy.
That we got to prepare for. So.
Yeah, I think one thing I noticed with this, Ryan, is that there's not so many questions posted as people just saying how excited they are about.
Oh yeah,
about what could possibly happen.
And it's like snow, snow, snow. I want the snow. I want the snow. Yes, no snow, please. There's a no.
A no.
Abby says no snow. I'm with you. Yes to snow. And can we get some snow for Christmas too, please?
Yeah, y'all are wanting some snow. We haven't had anything like this in a really long time, so we're probably out of practice when it comes to dealing with this. This is the first big weather event of this season, I guess, winter
this season,
weather.
Absolutely, this season, and we haven't had a December snow in quite some time as well. I believe the last white Christmas we had was in 2010, 2011.
Wow.
So it has been a while since we've had a white Christmas. Don't quote me. I don't think that's going to happen this year, but the cold air is sticking around, so it is going to bring more opportunities for
it is
some
cold.
snow, so.
Okay, so something to keep in mind there as well.
I'll go back, I'll look at some of these questions. Stay with us throughout the day. This is a changing forecast, Alyse, so that's why you did a great job watching us right now, but you want to stay with us throughout the day because we're going to change it. We might change our wording. We might get new information. There's a weather briefing I'm going to be participating in at 11 o'clock that's really going to be beneficial, and then I'll have that latest information today at noon on Fox 5.
Yeah, sure. Downloading the Fox 5 Storm Team app, right? That's a good idea. That's something to have. And also just watching Fox 5 to keep you updated on the weather and letting you know what to expect.
Well, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
It was awesome.
You're pretty important, always, but especially today. All eyes on you.
Leave it to the new guy to get all the pressure. My goodness. At least I'm from here, and I understand the severity or the sensitivity with a winter event. So I can relate to everybody at home and some wanting it, some not, and then the concern on the roads.
Yeah.
And GDOT is on top of it, and they're going to keep you safe.
They are. They're going to let us know in just a little bit more about their plans. But thank you all so much for joining us for this Facebook Live, and we're going to keep you updated throughout the day. Hope you have a good one.